So one of the most emotional times in my life, I mean, we're talking in my life, was I sold the business December 8th. My wife and I walked out of Title I, and it was a relief, but at the same time, I knew that following morning, December 9th, when I had to tell my employees, was going to be one of the toughest days of my life. And so I had everybody show up, a mandatory company meeting, and at 7:30, I told my 3 managers. And what was so difficult about that moment was that not only did my employees, were they shocked, but some of them even cried. And of course, I cried with them. And to share a moment with one of my tenured employees who'd been with me for 10 years, she and I cried, we hugged. It was a moment that we never had shared before together. And then after I told my managers, I had to tell my staff. And one of the things going into that staff meeting that I wanted them to be comfortable with was this new owner. I chose them. I chose him because he saw the vision that I had. I wanted them to feel secure in their jobs. But as I was telling them this, that I sold the company and there's going to be a new leadership in place, it made me realize something that I had not expected. As I was concerned about them, their real concern was, you've been our leader for so long. What are we going to do? And they had this lost look in their eyes. And as some of them are shedding tears, I got halfway through, call it a presentation, but as I was telling them what was going to happen, I broke down crying. And I cried so hard for 5 minutes. I've never been like that in front of my own company, that it was such an emotional moment that I realized why I was in business. I realized why I went through what I went through in those 18 years was I built that company for them. That really, my company was built to employ people that I loved. And telling them that I was no longer going to be their leader and to see their reaction, that was one thing I did not expect.